Hello, and welcome to the Cup TV, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality. You can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I am your girl, Lana, your resident evil diva, and I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I loves me some tea. Her. And you know what I love? Like, not more than giving tea, but just love. A cup mug, and y'all. And you can get your cup mug at lanagcreations.etsy.com. That link will be in the description below. And we do ship internationally and domestically, so there are no excuses. Get your cup mug, period. So yes, we are here. We are back. We are doing our thing. We're talking Love Island Games, episode 14. And honestly, this was an interesting episode. A lot happened, but nothing happened at the same time. I mean, we had um it was it was a lot. It was diabolical. It was a lot. It was a lot. And I'm gonna talk all about it. I'm gonna get right into it. But before I do, I need y'all to do me a favor. If you're here for the first time, welcome. So much love to you. Appreciate you. Um, and if you would do me a favor, a solid, you know, hit the subscribe button because we are here on a mission to get 1,000 new subscribers by the end of the year. And so we really need your help. If you would help us out and subscribe to this channel. It's October 1st now, so only a few months away to the end of the year, and we need a lot more people to subscribe. So help us out. We really, truly appreciate it. If you will do that, that will be great. You can follow us on this channel and all of our other channels. If you're a fan of competitive reality television, this is the channel for you. If you're a fan of drag or drag race, at the Cup Pod is the place for you. And if you're a fan of Eurovision Song Contest, at the Cup ESC is the place for you. All of those links will be in the description below in our link tree. You can click them and subscribe and support. And we truly, truly appreciate it because all the channels here are on that mission to get 1,000 new subscribers by the end of the year. So we would truly, truly appreciate it if you would help us out. Also, our audio podcast links are in the description below, so you can click on that and take us everywhere you are because we want to be wherever you are. So you will never miss a single video, a single commentary, a single thing. So check all of that out, as well as our Patreon is there in the links to join and open. We have a lot of fun things planned and a lot of fun things happening in our Patreon. So join our Patreon as well. And follow us on our socials at The Cup Pod on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky. We truly appreciate all the support over there on all of our platforms. We engage with us, talk to us. We would love to get to know you and, talk back with you, engage with you. So hit us up on our socials. Um, that would be great. If you ever thought about wanting to be a part of a podcast, you want to talk about your favorite shows, the Love Island Games perhaps, or any of the other shows that we cover here on these channels, hit us up in our DMs on Instagram at the Gut Pod. And we are looking for new voices to help us out on this podcast, to give us some new commentary, new voices on here talking about your favorite shows. So if you ever thought about ever joining the podcast, now would be the time to do so. This is your sign to join. Hit us up on our Instagram and we will get back with you very, very soon to talk about what the next steps will be. So help us out, hook us up, do all the things. Appreciate. Now let's get into this episode because whew, we left off with the Power Squad being secretly tucked away into the bedroom to come up with a plan. They had to choose two people to duel, and they had to we had to get those people into a duel, and two girls, two guys. And they were going back and forth on who they should decide to do that. And everybody had reasons for somebody or not somebody else. Um, we saw that, I mean, with a group of that size, not everybody's going to agree with everything, but it really just comes down to the majority rules at this point. Um, me personally, I felt like Tyreek, Toby, and Johnny had a plan. and Isaiah was partially in on the plan, but he was like, "Yeah, I can agree with that. I can work with that." And then Gabby, Lucinda, and Andrea really just had to go along with whatever they said because that was the four and that was the majority. And even though they participated, they agreed on certain people. Like we saw them go back and forth between Kendall and Josh and Casey. They were like, I mean, what picking Casey means what? He's not really a threat. Um, he just got here. You know, what do we do? Kendall and Josh been here. They really wanted Kendall and Josh gone. Honestly, those three boys, and then Isaiah kind of was like, yeah, because both of them, he had issues with both of them at one point, not really trusting them so much. So he decided to just go along with whatever they said about that. We saw Andrea pushing Justine a little bit because she says she's strong. She's won this thing twice. She's a bigger threat. Lucinda saying Garvey was a bigger threat. Um, People looking at Sid and Nicola, and everybody was going back and forth. So then, when they finally just made their final decision, they got a text saying that they had to lock in their answers with a kiss. So they all had to, at some point, or some of them had to go out and kiss the person um, who they were going to mark for being in the duel, which is diabolical. Diabolical. Um, it was wild. Diabolical. That's all I can say about that. But it was some people had some really, they were really smooth with how they went about it. I think, uh, Toby. Oh, why did his name just evade me so bad? Toby did it the smoothest. They all dispersed back out, and Toby walked over to the group of girls who were sitting by the fire pit, and they were like, Sydney was like, "Hey, were y'all plotting against us?" And Toby was like, "Yeah." He hugging everybody, and he kisses. Oh, I'm just gonna skip it. He kisses Garby on the head. He kisses Garby on the head. So Garby has been marked, and yeah, Garby was marked. And so we see him kiss Garby. We see Lucinda kiss Josh. We see Johnny kiss Nicola. And we see Gabby kiss Kendall. So those are the four people marked for a duel. They're marked. And they gotta have to go to bed knowing that they did this and not knowing when, how, or if, or when this information is going to come out. But you had to know the information was going to come out. Like it's going to come out. You can't not have this information come out. It takes away the drama of the game. And the production does anything, they like drama. Period. So everybody goes to bed with this, heavy feeling. A few people, some people, not so much, no guilt at all. Tyreek says he didn't feel guilty at all about anything he did. Nothing. And you know why he didn't feel guilty? It's because he protected who he wanted to protect. Because he could, Justine is not, is safe. His partner is safe. Um, his partner is not in the duel. Toby's partner is not in the duel. So all their couples are together, but Andrea had a chance of losing her partner in Josh. And then they put a couple together. Now, Nicola being with Casey, they don't care because Casey was part of the process of maybe getting out anyway. So not a big, stretch to put her in there. But something interesting did happen that during that conversation we heard from Toby. Toby was like, um, they asked him if he thinks he could win with Sydney, and he said no. He doesn't think she is the one to take with him to the end, which is interesting. Very, very interesting. And I have some conspiracy theories. I know it's just like, hmm, but we'll talk about it afterwards. We'll talk about it later. Um, but yeah, he wasn't feeling like Sydney was the move to get to the end and win with. So I wonder how that's going to play out. Um, the next day, everybody wakes up, people getting breakfast together, everybody, starting their day, um, going to talk and having their own chats and things like that. Andrea, or not Andrea, Nicola gets a text after she's calm, even though she's vulnerable. You felt the tension in the air around the villa after that, the vulnerable team versus the winning team, and even conversations that happened in that bedroom, like, oh, hey, Nicola was like, I'm vulnerable, hey, winning team, hey, and there's just like, hey, girl, it was, it was, um, it was interesting. It was interesting to see, um, how things were going to play out. Um, we, So we like I said, the text comes through, telling them to meet at the fire pit immediately. They get to the fire pit, and they're talking about how they're telling, they actually tell what happened, that the Power Squad had to pick who they wanted to uh, be in the villa. Oh, be in the duel, not the villa. What am I talking about? Oh my God. Be in the duel. They wanted to know who they, should be in the duel. And they they told them how they were selected by the Power Squad and how they were marked with a kiss. And instantly, as they read the text about the kiss, Garby stood up and was like, Toby, you snake. You kissed me. And Toby was just like, yeah. And so Kendall's like, what happened? What? And she was like, you did it. You snake. You, oh my God. Oh my God. Like she instantly realized what was going on. And so now people are starting to think about who got kissed. Did anybody kiss anybody? Who got kissed? Um, and then Josh realized that Lucinda kissed him. And he was like, I just thought it was, you being, European and, the two kisses. And I didn't think nothing about it. And then Gabby tells Kendall she kissed him. And then Nicola realized Johnny kissed her too. And so now these four are marked and they know they have to be in the duel. And they are like, Kendall and Garbage are just like, we just did this. We literally just did this. Oh, so frustrating. Um, Josh is pissed, but he's pissed at the boys because he feels like that's where the problem was. That's who, put them out there. It wasn't the girls. The girls didn't have a say. He knew it was the boys. And so he talks, Isaiah's trying to talk to him, trying to get him, trying to be a peacemaker, mediator, because Josh is pissed and of course, he should be. He's now pushed in a duel. And so he's like, look, this was strictly game. This was the strongest people who were vulnerable are you and Kendall. And it made sense to put you two up at this point. It's game. It's not personal. It's really game. Because I've rocked with y'all, but it's it's a game move, and both of y'all are strong. I don't want to be in the end with you or him or you or Johnny. I want to take out competition, and you are. And so he's trying to calm it down. I don't think he was doing anything wrong, but I can understand why it looks a certain way to Tyreek, Toby, and Johnny. Look like he's trying to say, hey, it wasn't me, it was them. But that's not what he was saying. He was letting them know, like, yes, I had my hand in it too. I picked you as well because you are a threat to me. He was letting them know that, but they just felt as him trying to play the middle, which he was trying to play the middle of it. And they were like, you can't be doing that. It don't look good, blah, blah, blah. Josh is like, if it's once we go, they coming for you. Like, and Isaiah's like, I mean, well, it is what it is at this point, but the decision had to be made, and the decision was made. Um, but the other boys didn't like that. They're like, you had to pick a side. You can't just because it was this great divide. And Lucinda, okay, can I just say this? Let me just say this. Let me get this out the way. And this is speaking for me. For me, I don't like Lucinda. I don't like her. I haven't liked her. I don't think I'm going to like her. I don't like her. I don't think she's not entertaining. She's so a lot of things wrong, in my opinion, personally. I I just don't. I'm not a fan. I feel like she triggers me, so therefore I won't be speaking much of her because I feel very. Mm, I feel vibes from this one. And that's what I'll say. I feel vibes from this one, and I'm not rocking with it. And when I feel that feeling, when my gut is telling me that, I listen. So, I'm not rocking with her. I don't like her. Not a fan. Not a fan at all. But she's just like, oh no, don't talk about him like that. I really like. I don't think he has a bad bone in his butt. She don't know this man, but whatever. That's her man at this point, so that's fine. Um, we move. So we do have a conversation between Andrea and Josh. And Josh is like, so what do we stand with here? And I'm like, what do you mean? She didn't want you. And he's like, I mean, do you want me to be here? And she's like, yes, I want you to be here. Like, what kind of question is that? I literally just told you I was happy when we won. We can go to bed and I can go to bed with you. You know, it sucks that you didn't win and blah, blah, blah. She wants to be with you. This girl likes him. He likes her. It's fine. Um, but she was like, I want you to win. I want you to come back. I want you to be here. I don't know what I would do if you wasn't here. This wouldn't be, I don't know. So she's like, I want you to be here. So he's like, I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna do what I gotta do to stay. And it is what it is. And so she gives him a kiss and he's like, oh, now you kiss me. And she was like, I wasn't kissing you yesterday because I didn't want you to think that I was the one sealing your fate in this duel. I wasn't doing that. And he's like, I get it, I get it. It makes sense because I would have thought that was super sick if they would have made her kiss him or anybody in any couple have to kiss that person, even though I think well nobody else in the couples would but she was the only one. And so I would have found that to be so mean if they made her kiss him. Like absolutely not. Absolutely not. Especially because that's not what she wanted. That's not even what she wanted. So it would have been absolutely horrible if she did that. So mm-mm. um we do see after that everybody starts getting ready for the duel. We see people hyping each other up. Casey is hyping up Kendall. Isaiah is hyping up Josh. We see Nicola getting hyped up from Justine. Justine was like, maybe it's probably gonna be a joust, and they start practicing jousting, but then she hyping her up some more. Um, was it Lucinda hyping up Garby? Yeah, I think so. Or Andre, or they were hyping up Garby. So everybody was hyping him up. They go get ready for this duel. They go down for the duel, and we find out that the duel is medicine balls, and you have to throw these medicine balls off of your side of the ring. The person who had the most medicine balls by the end of 45 seconds loses the round. So, and these are heavy balls. Like these balls weighed a ton. It weighed a lot. It weighed a lot. And they were all struggling trying to throw these balls back and forth over this little barrier. Um, so the first duel, we have Nicola and Garby, and they the first round, Garby just she blows it away. She's throwing the balls. She's keeping she gets all the balls to Nicola's side, really, and then now she has only has to play defense. She only has to play defense and keep the balls. Any balls that run, she just throws it right back over. So it's all about defense. So the first round, she kills it, but they are gassed. They are gassed at the end of this. Like they're like these balls are heavy. Whew, it's a lot. It's harder than it looks. It's a lot of running. It's a lot of blocking, defense. You got a lot going on here, but it's a lot. Um, so then the second round starts, and they're going back at it again. Nikolai's doing a lot better. She's learned from the first round. She's throwing the balls farther away. Gabby's grabbing balls, and she's just tossing them, grabbing and tossing. And then she grabs the ball, throws it, not really paying attention, throws it just to get it across, and it, bam, hits Nikolai in the head, knocks her out. Gabby doesn't even realize she did it until they blow the whistle. She's like, "What happened?" Oh my God. She jumps over to see if Nicola's okay. Nicola's out. That ball clocked her in the head. And it clearly was an accident. To all the people out here trying to say it wasn't an accident, and she looked and saw exactly that is not true. She looked, she tossed it. She didn't think the ball was going to go that far. She probably thought that ball was going to go right over the thing and fall down, but it flew and it hit Nicola in the head. Now, my problem is why were they doing this challenge without protection, headgear? Like, you're throwing heavy balls around. You don't think they need headgear? Production. Hello? What do you mean? What do you mean? In all challenges, they should be wearing protection. In all challenges, especially physical ones where they can bump into each other, they can throw things at each other, hit each other in the head. Like the challenge that they did before, prior to this one, yeah, I think they need a challenge because they could have knocked heads if they were blindfolded and could see, could have knocked heads or whatever. But this one, you couldn't get a ball thrown at their head. Like she needed protective gear. They all needed protective gear. And we know you have protective gear. So why didn't you give them protective gear? Weird. So now Nicola is down. She's done. Like, but she still talking about she wants to fight. She's like, she know where she is. She knew her name. She knew, what was going on. She was like, I want to continue. I want to continue. I want to continue. She was really fighting, and they took her out. Had to make sure because concussion protocols you have to take very, very seriously, and you get rocked in the head like that, you have to take those things very seriously. So they took her out to examine her. And you could tell it was a long time in between because when they were first doing their duel, it was very much daytime, very much sunny outside, daylight. By the time we got the announcement, it was nighttime. So they took a lot of time in between um, getting things ready or checking out Nikolai, making sure she was okay. But come to find out, she is not cleared to be to finish the duel, which unfortunately she is out. And Garby is named the winner because she did win the first round, which congratulations to Garby for winning, not the way she wanted to win. And she definitely didn't want to hurt Nikolai in the process. And so I think Garby was but like I said, we have to realize because a lot of people are like, "Oh, so she wasn't even emotional about it. She didn't even cry about it. She did that on purpose." No, she had a lot of time to process it. She probably had hours to process and deal with it. She probably did all her crying beforehand. Like we don't know that. Like we do not know what happened in between the hours of when it happened to when they announced it. So stop all that. Miss me with all that. Stop all that garbage did on purpose. She didn't even care. She didn't even cry. She was, we don't know what she did or what her mental state of, her headspace was after that happened and all those, that time waiting in between. So calm that down. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. But Garby is the winner. Um, so she is saved and gets to stay in the villa while Nicola is now leaving the villa. And I wish we got to see her. I wish we got her to see her come back and get, at least say something to the group and have them be able to say a proper goodbye. But apparently she was not able to do that. So we didn't get to see Nicola for the rest of this episode, which is very, very sad. I'm very sad. I hate that this is how her journey ends, but I'm so sure we'll see her back again. I'm so sure she'll be back again. She's a fan favorite. I think she'll be back, and it's going to be good to see her again. Good to see her again. Um, Moving on to the next duel between Kendall and Josh. Um, Looking on paper, we kind of know. On paper, it's like Josh is going to win this duel. Looking at Josh, seeing their stats together, is like Josh is going to win this duel. In round one, I was like, nope, yeah, Josh is definitely going to win it because he did the Garvey. He annihilated Kendall in that first round. It was just like boop, boop, boop. Kendall didn't have a chance. But again, production, you just saw what happened with Nicola. Why in those hours did you not go find the right gear to give them some headgear so this could not happen again? You put them in risk for this to happen again. Hello. Y'all need some more responsible older people on your staff or who think about stuff like this. Who you need some older mamas. That's what you need on your production team to think like, what are these guys? Oh, why are they not wearing headgear? What if they get hurt? Like you need some warriors, some nurturers, some mama bears on your staff to help to think about the stuff that y'all don't think about. Because what do you mean you didn't go get them headgear after that? Do you want another person to get hit in the head with a 45-pound medicine ball? Hello? Hello. Absolutely not. What do you mean? Like, get it together. But thankfully nobody got hit in the head with a ball this round in this rounds of play. But the first round went to Josh hands down. The second round though was pretty good. I mean, really, really close. Like they both had the same amount of balls on both sides towards the end, and they were just fighting with this one ball and going back and forth, blocking it and moving it and pushing it, blocking it, moving it, pushing it, blocking it, moving it. It was just back and forth. And with literally 1 second left, Josh pushes the ball on the other side past Kendall, and Josh ends up winning this challenge. And it was much closer than I thought, but I still knew Josh was going to win. It just was what it was. We knew it. He did it. I was like, period. I mean, look, everybody knows, I am not the hugest fan of Kendall, so Kendall leaving didn't bother me as much. But you know, it is what it is. They Josh wins. Much respect given between Kendall and Josh. More emotional than I thought. Um, of Kendall leaving, but he got super emotional, which got everybody else emotional. Um, Garby Sorry, y'all. Again. Um, Josh wins. He's like I said, very emotional. Garvey said that Kendall is leaving, but then there was Lucinda who was crying more than Garvey. And I was like, what is happening? Kendall's my best mate here. Oh my god, I want to be on Kendall's team. I don't want to leave. I don't want to. And Kendall, how you gonna hug Garvey less than you hug Lucinda? Like you hug Lucinda forever, and you gave Garvey a hug, and then you kind of was like, okay, cool. And you went over to Lucinda. What? Hello? Hmm? But okay, sure. Look, my conspiracy theories is Kendall was trying to be on a whole rebranding his image type thing. He then came in here with some cornrows, with some braids, and he then came in here and picked the black woman because his outside persona has post Villa. People were questioning his like for black women. Um, and he was trying to rebrand like, no, I do. Because He knows. He knows how we get down over here for black women. And he wanted to show that, yeah, I'm down. But his actions and his eyes and everything he does with Lucinda, if he could have picked Lucinda first, he would have. He didn't pick Gabby. Gabby picked Garby. He didn't pick Garby. Garby picked him. I think if Lucinda picked him, he would have stayed there. Look, I don't know. I don't really know. Don't really care because he's gone. Uh, yeah, our two dumped people from the villa is Nicola and Kendo. I'm sadder about more sadder about Nicola leaving than Kendo, but because for me, Kendall could go. I wanted Kendall away from Garvey anyway because I want her to have a chance to win, and he was not going to be that person to help her get there. So it is what it is at this point. Um, so yeah, like I said, Nicola didn't get the chance to come back to say her goodbyes. But what I realized in this moment too, when Casey was hugging Kendall goodbye, he was like, I'm losing my best friend and my partner, my couple, all at the same time. So it's like, ooh, okay. Wow. That's messed up, Casey. But here is my conspiracy theory. Because honestly, me personally, I kind of think I want Garby to get with Toby and then let Sydney go with Casey. That's what I think personally. I don't know why I fear like that combination should happen, Garby and Toby. I kind of want it to happen, honestly. I kind of do. And see, here's the thing. I was not a fan of Toby. Everybody saw if you watched any of our earlier podcasts. Not a fan of Toby. But Toby did not bother me as much this season. Honestly, he was not horrible for me this season. So I kind of am very neutral with Toby. And if Toby won with Garby, I wouldn't be that mad at it. Especially if Garby took the money and left. Like they win together, but she takes the money and go. I would respect that too. Because I feel like we might get a lot of people taking them who has options of taking the money and leaving without giving their partner any of it. Um, and I wouldn't be mad at it, honestly. I wouldn't be mad at it. It's games. It's what it is. But seeing Garby and Toby with it I would be okay with that. I would be okay with that. Would y'all be okay with that? Let me know in the comments if y'all would be okay with that. Because I would be okay with that. Yeah, I would be okay with that. Mm. But anyway, that's the show. We don't have an episode tonight, so we won't be back tomorrow. We'll be back on Friday to talk about Thursday's episode. Um, so continue to join us in on our Soul Ties live. This week was a crazy week, so it varied, but 3 p.m. Eastern is our time. We did that today. We're back on schedule. Like I said, we're back on schedule. We're back. We're back. This is coming to an end. I think it's over on Monday. So the finale might be Monday. I think. I think it's Monday. So if the finale is Monday, we'll be back Tuesday. We'll be back Thursday, Monday, and Tuesday. We'll be back Friday. We'll be back Friday, Monday, and then Tuesday to wrap it up. So I don't know. I'm excited. I'm excited to wrap the season up, be done with Love Island for this year. And games has been a good way of rounding it out. I really have enjoyed this season thus far. I can't wait to see how it ends. I'm very interested in how this is going to work out in the end. It's been a journey, and I've enjoyed every second of it. I hope you've enjoyed it too. Let me know in the comments who you think. Should Garvey and Toby get together? Am I crazy for thinking that or wanting that? Um, and then Sydney goes to Casey. Am I crazy for thinking that? I don't know. Maybe I am. I kind of want it. But let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know who you're rooting for, who you want to see out next, and why is it Lucinda? I mean, there's others I want to see out next, but she's on the very top of my list. But let me know what you think in the comments. Follow and subscribe to this channel. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. We really appreciate you. Follow, subscribe to all of our channels in the network. All the links will be in the description below in our link tree. Our audio podcast links and our Patreon links are down there as well. Follow us on all of our socials at The Cup Pod on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky. If you want to be a panelist on one of our shows, hit us up on our Instagram DMs. Um, Scan that QR code to get your merch, your Lana G's Creations at Etsy.com for your cup mug. Um, yeah, we got all those things happening, and we truly appreciate you. So thank you so much for joining. I'm gonna get out of here. We got more content to make. You're gonna go watch another video because I know you will, and I truly appreciate you. Cheers, y'all. Bye.